Okay, it started now.
Yeah?
Yes, started streaming started, yeah. Yeah, you're good. You're live.
I mean, what's up? I don't got it on my end though, but
I can see you through Instagram.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damn, I can't record it though. We're live on Instagram right now. You see it live on your end?
Yeah.
Testing. And record it though. I feel like we're just not gonna be able to record it. What's good, everybody? No, something.
You want to come off and go on so we can record it?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just see something. I think it's going now. Okay, yeah, we should be good. Hold on. I don't got it.
Okay.
All right. We good. Damn,
technical difficulty as usual.
You know what I mean? Put a man on the moon. You can't get this technology thing going. I always say it, man. What up, everyone?
We trying, people. We trying. Yeah, we're gonna get it one day.
Yeah, it'll click. Man, but happy Friday to everybody, even though Friday's just another day, but I'm glad. I know everybody's waiting for this Labor Day weekend. I know I'm waiting for the fall to start because football starts and the change of weather. Just something about that time of year just gets me every year, man. It's my favorite time of year. Looking forward to it. Len, I'm glad, to treat you back on again, and we're doing this collab and giving people the energy and being of service together, man. It's a blessing to always work together.
Definitely, brother. Definitely. It's good to see you. As always. I hope I'm a little echo. You hear any echo? You good?
Nah, I don't hear an echo. You hear an echo? Yeah.
A little bit. But no, as I was saying, of course, always good to see you, man. Good to collab and get on here and just, talk to those who are in the recovery space, try to see what we could do, how we could add value to their lives, walk them hand in hand through their recovery process,
Yeah,
man. Whatever wisdom we receive, give it back, That's how we gotta do it, right?
And just for all the viewers out there that are just looking to take their life to the next level in any way, I mean, this could help just anyone, right? And speaking of help, we talk about, the word help and asking for help. And man, I know that I used to struggle with asking for help in so many ways. I mean, my life became unmanageable because of it, and because that ego got in the way, and not allowing myself to be able to ask for help, thinking either I was too good to ask for help or being too shameful to ask for help. And it could go for people who are struggling with drugs and alcohol, people who are struggling with a food addiction, a sex addiction, gambling addiction. I mean, there's so many different ways that people struggle for asking help out. I mean, people that are just looking to start up a business. I mean, as an entrepreneur, I know that struggle of what it is to be afraid to ask for help. And man, when you start realizing what's on the other side, when you start asking for help and how many people actually want to go out there and help you in so many ways and give that helping hand, wow, man, the doors that start opening from that.
Yeah, you're right, man. And you're right. The shame that comes with it, I think that's why, once we know we have an issue. Now, let's go back to when I was in early sobriety. I knew I had this issue I had to address. And, there's things you may put together that you want to do that you may need to do. But I remember what was on that list of things for me to do. The most important thing was asking someone to help wasn't on that list. You know what I mean? Because the shame that comes with it, the stigma that society puts in it, you have an addiction. I mean, God forbid you want to tell somebody that or let anybody know you have an addiction, but to go and ask for help, you know what I mean? So the shame, like you said, the shame that comes with that, just keeps us immobilized and, but not knowing, nothing changed for me until I actually got help. If I look at my journey, all the things I tried to do on my own or, people tried to help me until I went asked for help and embraced that help, that's when things started to change. And nothing changed before then. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, and like you said, it could be with a drug addiction, alcohol addiction, starting a business, and actually had my newsletter went out yesterday. I talked about that. Addiction is not, we think of drugs and alcohol, but there's so many other things that we're addicted to that we don't get help in. That, again, like I said earlier, keeps us immobilized and not reaching our full potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets you stuck when you allow that ego to get in the way, And I remember when I was so stubborn, man, and just refused to ask for help. I thought I could do it myself.
Yeah.
And I thought that I had it under control. I thought that the drugs and alcohol weren't controlling my life. I thought I was in control. But those substances didn't allow me to be in control. It made me start thinking that, oh shit, maybe I'm a victim of my circumstances and conditions.
Right.
And not asking for help kept me stuck in believing that I was stuck in my circumstances and conditions. And then once I started to go out and realize that, you know what? Shit, man, fuck it. I can't do this on my own. I got to go get help. Because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And then when I started to go get help is when I started to realize that, oh, shit, you know what? Putting the drugs and alcohol down is the easy part.
Right.
Now I need to start getting help on changing the person who I am, to start peeling that onion back, to take stock of who I was and do that inventory, and started to get help on how to rewire my brain. And start having that paradigm shift and man, the freedom that came along with that when those handcuffs were taken off. And I started to realize that, oh shit, you know what? I can do this. I can do it if I surround myself with other people who have done it and get help from others who have been there already. And that goes in so many aspects of life, man, whether it's getting over substance abuse, whether it's starting a new business, whether it's changing your ways, it's creating new habits, all of that. If you raise your hand and get help, you don't got to do it by yourself.
Right, definitely. Yeah, man, you said so much there, man. But yeah, and it's funny, getting sober is putting down alcohol and drugs is the easy part. And you still need that help and guidance once you do that, because that's when you start to live your life, right? We were trapped in this addiction. Now, if we get to the point where we stop or we put it down, now what? And the help, you need the help to continue to get your life back together, take your life back. And just doing it by yourself, you tried it, I've tried it. It just we have experience. It just doesn't work. But that's the enemy wants us to stay. The addiction wants us to try to do it ourselves, right? That's so we stay. The enemy wants us to stay in that vicious cycle where we just keep trying and failing. Hey, do it on your own, right? But where, again, that shame and guilt, where we don't want to go ask for help. Asking help is one of the most wisest and courageous things you could do, because again, it just doesn't work doing it on your own. So that doesn't work. So we need to have that help to put it down. And then, like you said, once we do get to that point where we're putting it down, now always also ask for help to how do I get my life back together? How do I find my purpose? How do I reclaim my life emotionally, physically, spiritually, most important, and even financially? Like it continues. And like you said, this community, that's why you and I do this work, why we jump on here. You don't have to do it alone. You know what I mean? There's so many people that have been through where you're at. And we're not perfect, you or I, but we're a little further along than a lot of people are out there. A lot of people listen. So, the help, it's a need, and that's the only way things will change if you ask. And not only ask for help, but embrace it, right? Embrace it.
Yeah, you got to embrace it, because asking for the help is one thing, right? But if you don't go and apply what you're getting help in and what you're learning, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You know what I mean? And think about the fact of, like, man, not asking for help stopped me in so many aspects of my life, not just getting sober, but the whole entrepreneur, building a business the right way and learning how to keep the business growing. I mean, that I didn't ask for help for years. I thought I could do it on my own. I thought I didn't have to surround myself with other people that were doing it already because I thought I had all the answers. I thought the ego kept getting in the way, and I allowed the ego to get in the way. You know, and allowing that ego to get me in the way stopped me in my tracks in so many aspects, man. You know, people ask me all the time, like, man, what was the biggest thing that stopped you when you built 7 figures back when I was in my 20s? I stopped myself. My ego at that time for me stood for eliminating God out. I was trying to do everything on my own. I thought I was God. Because I was making so much money at 7 figures. You know, man, did I have that really completely wrong? And not being able to get that help. And then I learned when I got to get the help and I got sober, I learned to bring myself and surround myself with people that have gotten sober and know how to stay sober. And when I surrounded myself with those people, that's when I started to have success in this world of sobriety. And I did the same thing with my business. I had to surround myself with other multimillionaires that built their business to a successful 7-figure business. And that's when I was able to build myself back up and sustain that success, because sustaining it is probably the most important piece, because anybody can get up to here. But how are you going to stay there? How are you going to stay in your sobriety? How are you going to stay successful in your business? How are you going to stay successful in your relationships? Guess what? If you don't ask for help, you're never going to be able to reach that high standard that you deserve to hit, because asking for help is crucial to your success in whatever it is you're going to do.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And the addiction is powerful, more powerful than us, especially when we're in a vulnerable state. So, like you said, you have to surround yourself with people who are at a point where you want to be. Like, I remember one of the mistakes I was making when I first was in sobriety, not listening, not taking advice, not asking for help, or if I did, not embracing the help I was given, right? So, not being around, trying to go back to the old ways or hanging around people I used to and thinking it was going to change. We become quite delusional, right? So, like you said, even with the business, and after the sobriety, you have to now decide what are you going to do with your life, because if we think we're okay once we put it down, a relapse is bound to happen, because there's growth there. You just got to one point. And it's funny, like when addiction is so many outlets out there to get you to stop. But now what? Once you stop, you're on a mountain by yourself, like, okay, what's next? You know what I mean? So, and I always stress this, like, it's important to thrive and not only get sober, but to thrive in recovery. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to help people do, because it's so much now. You have this gift of sobriety. Now, what are you going to do with it? And that's when you start to surround yourself with the right people, get the right advice, get the right wisdom from people, like I said, who are further along than you are. That's what we still do, you and I. That's what that's what we're trying to help other people do. And it's a point of not, like I said, taking the advice. Like I said, I never took advice, and there's so much coming at you sometimes where we don't know what advice to take or what help to get. So when you are getting, you got to tailor it. When you get all this information on what to do to get sober, down the line, you tailor it to what you feel comfortable with. There's so many different outlets out there to get sober. It's not just one way to get sober, no matter what you hear in different meetings or talks or whatever. But also I think an issue is sometimes, people, we don't know where to go, So just curious, what's some of the we both got help. We both finally embraced it. Let's tell the audience what's some of the things we did. What's coming to help we got to get sober? Like, tell me a couple. Maybe we can share with everybody.
The most important thing was, what we kind of touched on today was getting in rooms with other people that were successful at what I wanted to do. Is the most important piece. And that's a key to success in anything you're going to do, right? Exactly. And I was able to, I remember when I first tried getting sober, and going into rooms and meetings and like, damn, why am I going to surround myself with a bunch of other people that are alcoholics and addicts? I ain't going to learn from them, man. I'm going to just go out and use with them. Man, was it the complete opposite. Because once I started surrounding myself with people who were in recovery is when I learned how to be, to have recovery as a way of life. Because that's what it is for me, man. It ain't just about, oh, I got sober and that's it. No, sobriety and recovery is a way of life. You know, there's foundation principles that I follow in order to stay sober. And if I don't follow that script that I learned, and repetition is the mother of skill, right, in anything we do. So if I don't follow that repetition and follow those principles on a daily basis, man, it starts getting out of whack. And that's the closer I get to going back and relapsing and living that life again. Because I'm one step away, man. I'm always going to be one step away from going back the other way. But as long as always. And as long as I keep those foundation principles intact and I keep my relationship with my higher power that I call God first and always first, everything else seems to fall into place. And, you know, one day at a time, I continue to grow. I continue to progress and realize that it's not going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. But I'm going to progress every day. And I take that in everything I do in life and bring that towards, you know, my business, towards my relationships, towards everything. And, man, it's really opened up, you know, a life that I never thought I had before.
Yeah, you're right. Part you said about it's going to be difficulties. Like, is a quote that, you know, God's gifts comes with challenges. You know, comes with difficulties. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the gift of sobriety is still, it's going to be days where, you know, just not happy, just not, you know, wow, can I still do this? Am I going to stay on track? And that's the importance, like you said, of getting in the rooms with people who are, you know, understand what you went through, what you're even going through now. And I remember the same thing when I started off with AA, going to AA. And again, I was like, what am I doing here as a bunch of alcoholics? Again, still thinking I wasn't like them, or I didn't have the same issues that they were, not being humble. But again, like, you know, as I matured and got more committed to my recovery, and humble myself, and, you know, then I would seek them for wisdom, people in the rooms. Part of my journey was therapy, taking care of addressing some of the trauma I went through with, you know, as a child, and, you know, alcoholic, you know, family, and dealing with alcoholism in my family. But again, go back to when we first got on, the stigmas and Black and brown men, especially, you know, we have stigmas against therapy and asking for help, getting help. And like you said, the life doesn't change until we take that courageous step. And like I said, I'm definitely embracing it. Like this, again, I can't stress. One of the wisest things I ever did was seeking the help, getting it, taking it, and embracing it, and implementing what I learned. So that's how I stay sober today.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned the stigma on men asking for help, because I believe that, you know, men allow that ego to get in the way and think that, oh, I can't ask for help because then I look weak, or then I, you know, people will know there's shame involved. And, man, you got to let go of that ego, man, because guess what? If you don't help yourself, you ain't going to be able to help people around you. You're not going to be able to help your family. You're not going to be able to help your business grow. You can't help nothing or nobody around you if you're not willing to help yourself. And the only way you're going to help yourself is by asking for help in whatever it is you're doing. Because guess what? You're going to get further along in life in anything you do with other people helping you along that way than you doing it all by yourself. It's a fact. You don't got to do it alone, man.
Nope. And yeah, like we said throughout the last few minutes, there's help out there. You know what I mean? We gave you some things that we went through to help, and, you know, hoping and praying that, you know, as we go into this holiday weekend, I know it's a tough time for a lot of you out there. Stay focused. You know what I mean? Stay disciplined. And, you know, we want you to stay on that recovery path. Believe me, when Tuesday morning comes and you've, you know, been sober, you'll be proud of yourself. And you won't regret the decision that you made. Will be the opposite if you don't make that decision,
And listen, for the people out there who don't struggle with substance abuse, right? Because there's viewers from all over, people who don't struggle with that, but you're going to be out there drinking this weekend or doing whatever it is, ask for help. Get a ride. Don't do it by yourself. Don't try to do it alone and go catch yourself a DWI and throw your life away. Believe me, I know what that feels like. You're not going to be in a good place. Ask for the help that you need, and whatever it is, man, don't think you got to do it by yourself, because you're not going to get far that way in life.
That's right.
And this weekend could be a weekend real tricky where people getting pulled over, people wilding out, doing dumb shit. And man, I personally think I'd rather you stay home and not drink or go and do something productive. But if you feel the need that you have to go out there and have a drink, don't drive home this weekend, man. Don't drink and drive ever. But ask for that help and get that ride, man.
Agree.
You know what I mean? So, man, this has been dope again. Another week that we put it together for the people out there, man. And remember, man, this ain't for us. It's for everybody out there watching. I always say that, my story doesn't belong to me, man. God saved my life for a reason. And He wants me to go and share my story and share my strength and hope. And that's what this is all about. It's about giving it back, man. And I'm glad that, we're able to do that together.
No doubt. Joe, I feel the exact same way. My story is like you said, it's for us to give it away. It was given to us. We have to give it away. So I feel the same. So everybody, like I said, be safe. Thank you for listening to us. Hope you got something out of it. And, we'll be back next week, brother.
All right, bro. Be good, man. Right, everyone have a safe one. All right.
Take care.
Yo.
Yeah, what up, man?
What up?
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, good shit, bro. Next week, Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday, I was looking at my calendar. Yeah, I think Thursday, I'm good.
Right.
Thursday is the 5th, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be in North Carolina. I'm going to bring my laptop with me. Hopefully, I'm able to get it up. Worst case, we'll just do an IG live just to keep it consistent if it's not working with my laptop.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, next Thursday, 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 2 o'clock next Thursday.
All right, got you. All right.
If anything changes, I'll let you know in the time. But we'll definitely do it next Thursday.
Sounds good. Awesome.
All right. I'll send you the recording when I get it.
Good luck.
Yeah, not that. All right.